stretch, what are you saying to the team as you kind of go into that fourth quarter and what's it say off them that they kind of, never let that put them in the dumps?
It was a big gut check win, I thought. We were in a similar position against Connecticut down at home, and I thought tonight we played so hard. Got back in transition, got loaded up to the ball, people diving on the floor, blocking shots. And it didn't feel like our faith dropped at all there when we were struggling. I told the team at the end of the third, that was a little bit, that was on me late in the third. I got us in some bad matchups when they subbed. So our group, just picked themselves up and responded, and, to hold them to 74 when they're averaging, I think 89 or 90, it's a really good effort.
Okay, this is like a silly question, but how amazing is it to have Delle? Once again, she comes through, hits those two triples back to back, and you guys never trail from that point on.
No, those are big. I mean, I think one end to the other, I think it was the same play. Shakira had the block at the one end and he got it in transition. I mean, it's just two great players making two great plays. And I don't even remember who threw it to E. I think Tosh maybe cross court found her, and they got that connection in transition, which is pretty special. And then it's nice to see Ariel get going a little bit too. Hit those big free throws after about falling through the floor on the one rebound.
That's exactly what I was going to ask about Ariel. Could you see her finally kind of finding it tonight?
Yeah, I thought she did a good job on timing of coming off her screens. They tried to play her different ways, and she just kind of adjusted to how she was being defended. I think our bigs are making a conscious effort to go screen her more, and it's helping them too, because she draws so much attention. I know for her, probably just a little relief to see the ball go in, and I think now she'll settle in.
Picking up on that, how big is that, not just for her to see that go in, but as far as her teammates to see her hitting shots, how big is it for you to maybe get her going like that?
It's huge. We need it, obviously, and what I liked, I think the most was the shots felt very in rhythm. Tosh hit her on the skip pass, and the one, it was the right read on time. That sets her up so well when she can get catch and shoot looks in rhythm. We had, a big roll and her fill behind. Those are the type of plays that we're accustomed to seeing from her. So again, our shooting's not great if you look at the percentages, but again, some positive signs amongst a little bit of the ugliness.
And Tosh, to start the game, it just looked like she was particularly aggressive. Was there something you saw in film that you wanted to exploit with her, or was that just, she was coming in with that mindset?
I think she just came in with that mindset. She had a really good week of practice, and finding her shooting a little bit still, but was able to get into the paint, get on balance. I think the one she made and got fouled on, she was on balance, and maybe a couple of the ones she missed, she wasn't on balance. And so I like a game where she's aggressive and still distributes, which 10 and 8, that's about, can't ask for much more from your point guard in that one.
Last thing, how's it feel to win your challenge?
It was a win and a bad challenge. I probably shouldn't have challenged it, although I think it helped the momentum, because the rules such as they are, I had to lose the timeout anyway, because it became a mandatory timeout, and I would have rather had that down the stretch, especially when we have a player dive on a loose ball and get called for a foul. So it would have been nice to have the challenge at that point. Nice to win one, but what's the term for not a good victory? I can't remember. I'm an English major. I'm supposed to know these things, but it was a win that helped. Maybe I can't even remember if we scored the next possession, but I don't know. I'm in the good books, I guess. Yeah. Good.
Character win, gritty win. What is, we don't want to look too far ahead, but when you have a win like this, what does it say about the mental toughness of the team?
Yeah, it says a lot. I mean, it's what I expect from this group, to be honest with you. They're finding ways to win games together. There'll be nights where we play better, but those are sometimes the most satisfying wins, when you can grind it out, especially when you feel like you're making some plays for each other down the stretch and you're sticking together. But we get to enjoy it for 10 seconds, and then we're back here tomorrow.
Kind of give you two questions.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Flushing this win, how do you what do you tell the team, stay off your feet? How do you prepare for a back-to-back so quick?
Nothing crazy, you know, we're not gonna come in and have shoot around tomorrow morning, so just let them get a little sleep and stuff. But I said the other day, we don't talk too much about it, you know, just come in, do your normal stuff, hydrate. Our guys all have a routine after the game of their recovery anyway. So, you know, nothing crazy. Come in, get into Minnesota, watch their film. We'll come in a little early and talk it over.
And last one for me, Shakira Austin and Elena Delle, the Unigoats. I know you don't want to keep running through them, but
Who said I don't want to keep running through them?
Well, I wouldn't say you don't want to, 5 games in, they just have been fantastic. Just your thoughts on their chemistry.
Yeah, it's getting better all the time. I mean, I think, you know, eventually Shakira's excitement level when I run a play for her will drop a little bit and she'll be able to make some plays. But like I said at the start of the year, we're gonna live with a couple of those because she's playing so hard. She's figuring out how to play off Elena. She's doing some smart things on the court. But I mean, that was between the two teams, that was some good post players going at it tonight.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Coach, should follow up on that. It seems like this offense really thrives on those post touches, Shakira and Elena. But teams are obviously trying to deny that.
Yeah.
Is that some of the reason why the offense kind of stagnates at times as those adjustments come?
I don't know, because I think on the post touches, I think we've actually been pretty productive. We can be better when Elena gets doubled. Simply making a couple shots would help alleviate some of that. No, I think we're just trying to figure out our spacing. We're missing. What are we in the 8 for 20 in the paint tonight? At some point, we just got to make a few, especially in transition. I thought we missed a bunch of opportunities to get people open looks. So, you know, we don't want to post up every time down and pound it in and play against double teams, but it's definitely gonna be part of the diet.
And Lee seemed to give you guys some good minutes, hit a 3, maybe another shot. What was her game like for you tonight?
Yeah, I'm trying to balance rotations. You know, like, you know, I knew I was going to play her. She just didn't get in early, but she spaces the floor. She makes smart plays with the ball. As with any rookie, she's kind of figuring out what passing lanes close faster than others. There's been a lot of good players come in the league that takes them a little while to figure out rotations and all that, but she's a smart player. She's experienced and she can help us.
So I just want to say back to Shakira, when you look at where she last year and what you've seen from her so far this year, what stands out to you the most?
Smarter, more mature, more skilled, really. I mean, even like you see her left hand now has just gotten so much better from a year ago. Simple things like that I don't know right now if I was defending her which shoulder I'd try to take away, which shimmy I'm staying down. So like that stuff is that's big time, and it's hard to teach a lot of that. So I thought she played well tonight, like a thing like tonight where she got frustrated by a couple calls, by a couple turnovers, and then picked herself back up and made really winning effort plays down the stretch. So I just think we're seeing her mature in front of our eyes.
Hey, Coach, I don't want to talk too much about that negative stuff, but the offensive struggled a little bit. You've talked about consistently around had to make some at some point. Are you seeing similar issues in spacing and similar places on the court where the team just seems to be struggling a little bit with shooting? Is it maybe not picking up that second or third read? What are some of the patterns that you seem to be noticing in the last few games here?
Is layups too simple of an answer?
No.
We need to make some layups. I mean, I thought we got to the rim a bunch. I mean, we shot 31 free throws. A couple were on jumpers, but we attacked the rim pretty well. We tried the full court lob at the end, which was an experiment. And yeah, I mean, we made some threes tonight. I mean, I think we got Ariel going, so I'll take one person getting going tonight and we'll try to get one more going tomorrow. We know that's going to be a little work in progress. I'm happy with our effort, and they are trying to fix some of these things as we go.
And back to positive.
Thanks.
It really felt like towards the end of the game, the defense was
Yeah.
really shining. It really stood out. What was going on there? Was it something you said in the huddle? Was it just everyone just kind of collectively put the energy into it? It really felt like you got back to your identity there.
Yeah, we have excellent defenders is the simplest thing, because you know you can have great schemes, but we have a bunch of people we can run at somebody like Enrique that can, you know, Tosh doesn't have to guard her 40 minutes straight, whatever she played, 37 minutes straight. Our bigs did a good job on, you know, for the most part. Satu and Natasha Howard made some plays and they made some shots, but they were working against them. And so I see our communication getting better. I see our commitment to getting in a stance and not fouling getting better. That's probably the biggest thing. We talked about not fouling them and trying to get to the bonus, and that's a team that's hard to not foul. We did a pretty good job. Yep, thanks.
Coach, full on the question was leaving, and we have seen a tremendous increase in playing time. So can you tell us about recent practice? How is she fitting into the team, and what's your expectation on her, upcoming games?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's really helpful for somebody like her when we had a full week of practice and she can get a little bit more comfortable. Some games are better matchups for her than others, and we have some matchups she can defend and play against. She's starting to I think her teammates are also starting to figure out how they can use her and her shooting ability. So kind of like some of our other bench players are just trying to figure out the best combinations to play her with. She's adjusting to a new league and a new experience, but yeah, the signs are positive, and she's gonna be an important piece for us.
All right, we'll move on to Zoom. Rafiq.
This is Rafiq, and nothing but the sports. So congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Rafiq.
Yeah, even though it wasn't really the win that you kind of envisioned, the fact of the matter is you did get the win. And just tell me how you're gonna bounce back and get a win that's much better than this in the next game.
All wins pretty much count the same. We can play better, but I really like the nature of the win in terms of how hard we played. And tomorrow it's the same mentality. If we are making shots, missing shots, we have to be committed to being a good defensive team every night and playing with maximum effort. And if we do that and we get a win, I'll be happy with that one too.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you all. See you again tomorrow.
Big cheer running down with that left.
I try not to.
Hello.
Twice you guys are up by double digits in that third quarter. Obviously you guys get back in it, but what's the conversation amongst yourselves as you guys are chipping away and it'd be real easy to kind of roll over, which you guys did.
Yeah, just a belief to stay in the moment and stay in each possession. Like you can't get those other ones back. So if you're worried about those, you're not going to be as present and as ready as you need to be for the next one. And just having that confidence in the person next to you, knowing like whoever's got the shot will knock it down, or whoever needs to make that big defensive play, like we got your back. So just the confidence in one another, but we do need to figure out what we're doing when we're losing those leads. Like we got to stick with what's working. And it felt like at times our defense struggled, but then also our pace struggled. Like you can't have both happening.
Take us through the sequence where Shakira chased down.
Threw it. Yeah. She had a very impressive block, and Slim was also like flying through the air at the same time. I was able to secure her swat, threw it ahead to Tosh, and Tosh is looking at me like, no, you're open, throws it back, and boom, hit the three. So that was a really awesome series. You love when you see defense going into the offense like that. So I was excited to knock it down.
That's one thing. You guys are a veteran group. Do you expect this of yourselves, like even when you're in tough positions? Because I think maybe younger teams wouldn't be able to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I love being able to learn a lesson with a win. It's a little tougher when you have to do it with the loss. But yeah, it's a group who's been in these type of moments, and we're able to kind of just get it together. But obviously, being a veteran group, we need to also not let it get to that point. So that's part of my job as a leader, to try to figure out a way to keep us locked in and keep us doing the things that we're working. Mm-hmm.
Carol had a very real stat line, 16, 3 assists and 3 steals.
Wow. It's impressive. She got the hard hat, by the way. So yes. Yeah. I said after nearly breaking your hip and then knocking down the most clutch free throws possible, you get the hard hat.
How good was it just to see her 3 in particular starting to fall?
It's great. I mean, I don't care if her shot doesn't fall. Like A is a player that does so much more than make shots on the court. She knows that, and she's always just so steady. I mean, she's someone who works her game every single day. So you know that someone like that is gonna find a way to get it done, no matter if the shots are going in or not. But yeah, I mean, I always have the utmost confidence in A.
And just, you know, how important was it to get this win, knowing that you have a back-to-back
Yeah.
tomorrow? You're taking it one game at a time.
Yeah.
But how helped to have this one cut in the bag?
Yeah, this would have been a tough one to get yourself going for the next one. We know Minnesota, their record right now is not showing the way they're playing. Like they've been in it with tough teams. We know they've had a little bit more rest, so they're going to be ready to try to come in here and do their thing. But we got to take care of our bodies, rest up, figure it out, and get ready for Minnesota because they're looking to get a win for sure.
Player just on the back-to-back
Mhm.
conversation, but as a player, you have a game like tonight, you know, you played hard. What do you do to recover and kind of get yourself back on track for tomorrow?
Yeah, so my recovery will start right now. I'll probably spend 2.5 hours doing some different things with my guy, just trying to, you know, flush out some of the inflammation, stretch, make sure I feel good going to bed. And then I don't know what my schedule is yet. That'll be up to him. But I'll be here earlier than usual for tomorrow to get myself going, make sure all my table work is complete and we got a needle or do whatever to make sure I feel clear and good. And then I'll get my usual lift in and my routine, just like any other game day, but I'll be here a little earlier.
Aaron, I just want, you had a moment with Shakira, you talked about that, you was just
Mhm.
passionate, and I saw a quote that you said, you leave it all out there.
Mhm.
Just what did that moment mean to you two?
I mean, Kira is so good and she's clutch, she's dominant, she does everything you need her to do. And when she is playing the type of defense that she can and she throws a shot and then it leads to offense and it's got the crowd going, like those are just the fun moments that you live for and play for. So we've got that dynamic together. So we're always rooting for each other. We know that if we can get each other going, it's going to make it miserable for the other team. And just being that consistent every night. So it's fun to celebrate those crazy moments like that.
My second one, even though tonight was real orange, I saw you in a documentary. Just want to bring attention to Lyme disease. How can we advocate and help, and what ways can we support and, you know, just bring attention to that silent disease that affects people, and just words on that.
Believe people when they tell you they don't feel good, even if they look okay. I feel like that has been something with Lyme disease that has been some of the toughest struggles when you feel so terrible and people aren't believing you. And then we need more research. We need doctors who are Lyme literate. I went through so many different people telling me it's all this different stuff until I finally found the right person that could help me get my life back. So yeah, just believing people and trying to help them find the right person who can get them healthy.
Congrats on, I guess you shouldn't be surprised that, you know, you flying around to get blocks like you did in the first half, but your help defense.
Yeah.
In the first half, I thought you guys were great in that. Kind of changed the second half when I started making shots. But
Yeah.
what has been going well in terms of your help defense so far?
I mean, there's one basketball on the court, and that's the only thing that can score. And we've been noticing that when we're loaded up to the ball and we have each other's backs, it's really hard to score. We've got such a good group that can make it so tough. And we just have to make sure, though, that we stay together and stay in our schemes, because we've got players who are so good they can go rogue, but that doesn't make the team defense great. So we've been working on that in practice, just loading to the ball, making sure we're talking so you know we're behind you and you can trust your help defense. So it was good to see, you know, some carryover from our practices.
And on the other end, you know, the offense looked really good at times, so
Mhm.
kind of trailed off.
Yeah.
What do you think you guys can do to kind of, you know, alleviate those stagnation?
That's what it is. We become stagnant and we're not playing free. We're not moving it side to side. We'll get stuck on one side of the court. We'll walk it up. Like, we're a team that has to play in space and with pace. When we're doing that, it's so hard to guard us. I mean, someone is open. So we just got to make sure we stay on that. And no matter what group it is on the court, like we have to be consistent in that, because Tosh obviously is our engine. She gets us going. But when Tosh is not on the court, we have to find a way to keep that pace. Yep. Anyone out there? Nobody in the virtual.
All right, we can move on to Zoom. Rafiq?
This is Ralph from Connected But That Sports Talk. The bench only combined for 7 points. How important will it be for the bench to get involved in the very next game tomorrow against the Minnesota Lynx?
It'll be huge. I'm sure they'll play more minutes. And when you're on a back-to-back, you need everybody. And our bench is really solid. So I expect them to come out big for tomorrow.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thanks.
That is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks,
And it
everyone.
popped up after that second three.
Really?
Take us to the chase down block.
I just seen Lonnie sprinting and I hit it next little level. And yeah.
What's that moment, that sequence like you guys, it goes the other way, Elena hits the three, timeout, and you guys are all juiced,
Yeah.
What's that moment like? What were you guys talking about amongst yourselves? Because you guys were, furiously trying to get back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think moments like that, they're energy shifters. I think you could see everybody from everybody on the court to the bench, like they just feed off that. So I mean, it was dope. I'm looking down, I was about to dap my each up. I'm like, okay, wait, I'm playing, and I look down and Elena's shooting the three, and that's just like an energy shifter right there. And we all said we need to build off that and keep going up. Don't let up from that moment. So that's what we tried to do.
Jen's like, did you see her almost go high five?
Yeah. I was about to, because she was lit for me. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, no, I love it though.
Want to break down the Euro stuff?
I mean, my teammates just kept telling me, be aggressive. I feel like I had a really slow start. And that bucket, I think, really got me going. Just knowing that, there's not a lot of people big center wise that can stay with me. So just being able to be crafty with my moves, and just be efficient, trying to just make sure I finish them, because you could have $1 million move and if you don't make it, who cares? So just make sure I'm finishing them.
No, you're young, but most of the team's a veteran group. This is still, Eric called it they called it a gut check win. How important is a win in this way early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it puts a lot of confidence into everybody. Just a testimony to what we've been working on, and us, sticking through it and fighting together. I know games like this is what's going to prepare us for later in the season. So having these dubs and being able to finish these games early is a big testament to our team. So.
Tosh posted on Instagram like a week ago something about like, I don't talk enough about how much fun it is to play with Kira, or something to that effect. How much fun is it for you to play with a point guard like that, who's not only like doing her thing, but doing it kind of in style? Like,
no, Taj is dope. Like I don't think I've ever had a point guard really just lead and be so as personable as she is. Like she's really a leader on and off the floor. Nonstop energy, nonstop talking, communication. She really sets the tone for us. So, when she's out there and she's attacking and getting to the rim and being aggressive, it's great for us. And, just everything that she does, the little things, probably don't show up, but I think we all know what she brings, and she knows how big the role she has for us. So I love playing with Tosh.
and then, I know you're always confident no matter what's, going on. You've got, your steady like that. But when you see Ariel like hitting shots like she did tonight, like how much does that lift you guys or give you confidence or?
Yeah, no, I hope this is what, they needed. Like Ariel is amazing for us. So for her to come up and show that she was still on point for us, I mean, it's amazing, because I know once they start going, it's really it's gonna be tough. So, you know, we're gonna be patient. We know it's gonna be a long season, but I mean, that game like today, you know, really proud of A. So
You're a coach about how you are maturing in front of our eyes. When you think about how you've been progressing thus far this season, what would you say about your maturity and just your overall game?
yeah. I think it just started with my approach. I think I learned a lot overseas, just being on my own and really figuring out how to be a professional, because you don't have, you know, a trainer and a strength coach and, you know, 3 player development coaches. Like there's just nothing like that. So I think having that first year and then coming back over here with all the tools that I have, it just allowed me to just take a lot more advantage than I was. And, you know, I think I have taken a lot of steps in maturity. I have slip ups all the time. They know it. And they be like, yep, there she go. But, you know, they keep pushing me every day and I'm just going to keep growing from there. So
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm not surprised. I followed you all through overseas. Another double. You said it was gonna be a movie. Fans are saying, "Tell Shakira we love her." When you check in, do you feel that? Can you feel that love? Just a message, because everybody, you talk at times.
Yeah. I love Mystics fans. They nonstop show me love. I hear them when I'm coming in a game. I'm subbing. I hear them on the bench behind when they like dominate here, take over here. I'm like, chill. But no, I love it. I love playing here. And I love the atmosphere. I love the environment. It's just it feels great, especially to be able to do it at home. So
Just one more for you. Ask Elena. She really raves about you. What did that chest bump mean to you? You know, the passion. You just start moving out. What did that moment mean to you?
that was like a I'm her moment for both of us. Like in the shortest terms, it's like, yeah, you did that. It was like mutual. Like, yeah, we here.
I say now Shakira her.
Yeah, for sure.
Fans love it. So
Yeah,
unicorn, unigoat to Shakira.
I love it. That's it. Thanks, guys.
A couple times.
Linda showed up.